Hello Collective, and welcome in for an air sign reading. This is officially my third time trying to film this video. I still got 2 cards out from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck on the board. I am up to here in frustration at the moment. My phone has been cutting out repeatedly. It did it with the general message and it's done it 3 times now. I've got the space on my phone. It just keeps on cutting out randomly. So random. Oh my god. Okay. My air signs are starting off with a zebra, okay? And what I was saying about this card is that this is somebody who's eclectic. This is somebody who is eccentric, somebody who stands out. Like, even if they wanted to fit in, they really could not, okay? I'm seeing this third eye being lit up. That's eyes on the prize, priorities in line. I noticed some like static going on in the background. It feels as if there's external people who might be trying to like distract you or tempt you into like lower level behaviors, lower timelines. And then we got the fire ant in reverse, which pretty much speaks to those people or those circumstances, whatever is trying to take you out of your character, okay? It's in reverse because these people, these places, these things are going to be no longer a concern of yours. They are going to have something else to focus on, and it seems to be something of like a monster of their own making, okay? It's not going to be you. They're going to be fighting amongst themselves, dealing with their own lives, going up in shambles, going up in flames, pardon me. And this zebra here is going to go galloping off into the forest with its friends and soul family, and it's going to be great and happy for those who deserve such things, okay? I'm going to lovingly and adoringly call upon our ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, guardians, galactics, and guides of the highest white light and the frequency of love in order to channel messages clearly, concisely for the highest good of my air sign collective at this time. I'm also going to ask Saint Germain of the Violet Flame to assist me and all worthy hearts at the task of effortlessly and immediately transmuting any lower level energies, entities, and others that seek to influence our energy or guide us at this time. Thank you for blessings, thank you for protection, thank you for guidance, and thank you for connection. Okay, so we had a card come out here sideways, and it's the Two of Wands. Goodness gracious, that's indecision, that's feeling stuck, that's feeling like you're in quicksand, quite possibly. Interesting that it came out sideways, because even upright, that's really feeling a bit unsure. So maybe this is your energy about your new path and stepping into your prowess. Perhaps this is how these individuals around you are feeling now that you are no longer an option for them to focus on. We had the Princess of Pentacles out here in reverse. So this is a bad seed. This is a bad opportunity. This is a bad decision. Possibly an investment that someone or a group of people have made that is not bringing them the results they had hoped for. It is a poor use of finances, quite possibly. Let's get some information. Okay, wow, goodness gracious. It's the Three of Cups in reverse. So again, these groups of people who have been doing some sort of nonsense to distract you, to cause harm, to possibly do magic, to possibly slander. With the Eight of Wands in reverse, this says that they're stuck. They are stuck in mud, and they're also quite possibly trying to like do a smear campaign. They have possibly sent magic. I need to get a couple more cards out before I call that just yet, but my throat's already going, and given all of the interruptions I've had thus far, I think it's fair to say that it's possible, okay? Let's find out a bit more about this group that is so focused on you, my beautiful zebra, my air sign. Tell me more about this group. Okay, we've got a Princess of Swords. They're spying. Okay, great. Some of you could also be dealing with having your phones hacked, with having your accounts compromised, things of that sort. These people are getting desperate, I feel. They're kind of like turning on themselves and like cannibalizing each other. Ooh, goodness gracious. Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's looking real bleak. real bleak for these people, okay? It's not going good. I think at one time, if you were like in their immediate vicinity, they directed all this energy at you, okay? But since you're like, I'm over here and I'm energetically protected, I could also see these lines here as like spirit keeping you sovereign and keeping you safe. Now these people have nowhere to direct their swords but inwards and to their comrades. Judgment in reverse. So whatever has gone on behind the scenes with these fire ant folk, it's not proper. The spirit has warned them. It's not sanctioned. Tell me more about this group, Spirit. What do we need to know? Okay. Two of Pentacles in reverse. That did want to make an appearance previously. So now we've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Indecision, more lack of planning, possible frustration over investments made that again aren't resulting in the desired outcome. These are people who are juggling. They could be trying to keep their public perception together at bay, but behind the scenes they're struggling. It's the struggle with the juggle. They're dropping their responsibilities, they're dropping their masks quite possibly, and it's a mess for these folk. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Not necessarily about these people, but what else do we need to know in general? Okay, one more. I'm also going to lovingly and adoringly call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron to shield me and the collective in 1,000 rings of holy fire, 1,000 rings of holy lightning, and 1,000 rings of holy alabaster. Thank you. Okay, what else do we need to know? That was really, really spicy. We got the Two of Swords out here sideways again. So we got 2, 2, 2. That could be relevant. You could be 22. You could be a life path 2. You could be a Gemini. That would make sense for my air signs. Okay, so, well, that was sideways. Let me put that back sideways. Tell me more about this Two of Swords in reverse, or sideways. Two of Swords on the fence. Tell me a bit more, Spirit. What do we need to know about this Two of Swords on the fence? Thank you. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, a bad decision, okay? These people could be up in their head about, as I mentioned, possible money spent in order to cause harm, distract, delay something, an individual, most likely you, my zebras, and now they're feeling a bit woe is me because they could have quite possibly spent quite a bit. They invested a good amount of energy as well as finances, and it's the concept of like future faking almost, but then people like catching up to the fact that that future is not actually going to play out. Because Temperance is here in reverse. Again, whatever has gone on is not sanctioned by the divine. It is not appropriate. It is not going to be fruitful. I'm getting the feeling of like throwing stones and hiding hands while living in a glass house. So these people have made some very poor decisions that are going to result in a very public shattering of their masks, their illusions. Five of Swords, okay? Fighting, conflict, confusion. This is, again, everybody turning on each other because the main focus, the actual victim, the person of interest, the targeted individual has been removed from the situation. So now, as one does, you turn on your comrades. Because if you're a shadowy individual who partakes in behavior like this, why wouldn't you? If you have nothing else to focus on, why wouldn't you just start turning on the people who are also just as cruel and unusual as you? It's going to be like the trash takes itself out times 10. We've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they were really hoping on some sort of big success to come to pass. And maybe they're hoping they could play you. Maybe they have played you in the past. I'm hearing some rings, so I think that's the case for some of you. They had maybe this like illusion of this Ten of Cups painted, and they were like, oh, isn't it so yummy? Isn't it so tempting? Don't you want this collective? Isn't it so nice? And then they're like trying to hypnotize you with it. It's all a play. It's all a game. It's all an illusion. And it's shattering slowly but surely, maybe not so slowly for some of you. And they are going to find themselves on like a loop of the stuff they wanted for you, essentially. So it's going to be different for everybody, but if they wanted it for you, they should love it for themselves. 10 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is extreme emotional distress. This is financial loss. This is hardship. This could be bankruptcy. This could be the loss of a legacy, loss of a community. This is really a rough time, okay? In terms of your physical existence here on Earth, you're going to want your 10 of Cups. You're going to want your 10 of Pentacles, and they get neither. And nor do they get a lover's connection, a possible past life connection. Some of these people, these fire ant folk, could have very well been people that you had soul contracts with, but because they were tempted by this piddly ass Page of Pentacles in reverse, they have sacrificed what was a divine connection for public downfall, intoxication, illusions, deception. They were possibly sold a dream, sold a story that they bought into, and because you didn't, you got out, you were safe, you were free, and these individuals are going to be stuck at sea, wishing they could so much as be in the same room as you. 3 of Wands, they're waiting, they're hoping, they're praying. For what? For what? Tell me what these people are waiting for, Spirit. 3 of Wands, please tell me what the 3 of Wands. The Emperor, they're waiting for somebody to regain power, quite possibly. They're waiting for somebody to come wrangle in the zebra, and I'm hearing so much ringing. They're possibly, hoping and praying that this individual at the center, the big boss, is capable of exerting an appropriate amount of force to subdue this targeted individual. And they are possibly doing rituals, possibly doing some very dark rituals that involve animal sacrifices. Yeah. So they're hoping and praying that these people in their fucked up foundation are going to make up for their inability to actualize the terror they wanted upon you. They're like, well, if the minions can't do it, maybe the big boss can. And seeming unlikely, because collective, you're showing up as a high priestess, you're showing up as an intuitive. As I mentioned, that third eye is a lit. You see through these people, you see their plans. And I think in a lot of cases, these people have had like numerous attempts at compromising you, causing harm to you, distracting you, doing things that will take you off of your path or possibly like delete you. We'll say that, okay? And you've somehow always avoided their plots, their plans, their schemes, and their scams because you've been protected. You've been divinely protected. You have archangels around you. You have fae. You have spirits. You have possibly dragons. You have a lot of assistance from the ethers. And these people are like, well, why can't we turn our swords on them? Like, why are they not dead? Why are they not struggling? It's because you are divinely favored and you probably have like a calling on your life. You have a purpose here. And these people will try and try and try again, and they'll continue their sacrifices and they'll continue their word witchery and they'll do whatever they think will get them the slightest bit of success. But in all actuality, they're just compounding their karma. They are using up more of their resources and they're making themselves look like fucking fools. 7 of Pentacles, yeah, they're watering that tree under the moon. They're hoping and they're praying. Bohemian Grove? Bohemian Grove. Something about that. Something about groves in general, okay? I can't believe these messages. King of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who likes to seem as if they are very kind, very cool, very collected, and a King of Swords. So this could be actually a group of masculine energies. They're ungrounded, and again, they're waiting for their big boss over here to finish him. Because these lackeys don't know how to do their fucking job. I'm sorry, this is getting annoying. And again, the public perception is somebody who is really cool, really calm, really collected. They could be seen as like a religious leader. They could be seen as a man of the cloth, a woman of the cloth. I am seeing like masculine energies though. That is very relevant here. But behind the scenes, they are collaborating to cause harm to somebody who isn't intuitive, who is resting, who is in a place of recovery right now, okay? We got the Four of Swords, and then Strength came out sideways. So this is somebody who is regaining control of themselves, who is energetically stabilizing, who is weeding through all of these lower level, denser energies. However, what they want for you, collective, is, as I mentioned, they wanted you to be down and out. For some of you, that just means they wanted you to be like really sick, really lethargic, really just like bleh. For the majority of you, if this is your story, you understand the gravity of the situation and you know what they wanted for you, you could not come back from. They wanted to, they send waves. I'm getting waves of magic, waves of attempts, waves of people possibly infiltrating your circle or your life. And I'm hearing ringing and getting some neck pain as I say that. And they think that if we just continue and we don't give them a break, they will succumb eventually. Nine of Cups in reverse. These people had a twisted idea of success. They are false prophets. They are false leaders. They are power hungry freaks is what I heard. And they're hoping that what? Yeah, possibly they'll send somebody in, somebody who is even lower on the rung than these other masculines. This is definitely just like a foot soldier, somebody who operates, again, in that charming, suave energy, somebody who likes to get dressed up, wants to take you out for a good time, who wants to maybe take you on a vacation or just treat you really nice. But behind the scenes, they are just as twisted as the rest of their folk, their kin, and whatever intentions they have for you are not positive. They could be trying to give you an STD, an STI. This was in reverse, sorry. It was that. They could be trying to bind you to something demonic through sexual experiences or emotional experiences or through gifts they give you. They are going to try whatever they need to, but you are on the defense, okay? You are there with your innocence. You are protected because you are innocent, both like in the sense of like you haven't done anything wrong and in the sense that the divine sees you as their little baby. So they're like, look at this small one here. Why in the world do they have all these wands pointed at them? By these wannabes is how they were coming up in the other readings, who think they have power, who are only in the position they are because they ganged together with fellow lower level like-minded individuals and they turned on somebody who didn't even know what was going on, who is minding their own business, who is there tending to their cup, who is like in nature, who is connected to the divine. Someone, most likely a feminine energy, has been just focused on their own bubble, focused on their own shit, in their own lane, and yet put in a position where they need to defend themselves. And because, collective, a lot of you have been so like in your own world, you haven't realized like the chaos that's occurring around you. Like, look at that. That's happening, okay? And you're just like, it's a vibe. Because you don't understand exactly the breadth of what's occurring in your outer spheres. So divine is here to aid in your protection. They're here to keep you safe. I do also want to tell you that if you feel the need to get cameras installed, if you have the ability to get self-defense things, please do so. Do what you need to take care of yourself in these circumstances, because divine is taking care of you on the etheric realms, but it can't hurt for you to just be, you know, all your ducks in a line in the 3D realm as well. Hierophant, institutions, cults, covens, brotherhoods. They wanted a feminine energy to be hung up, to maybe have hung herself up out of desperation, out of lack of hope, out of those waves being sent. I'm also getting like sound and frequency tools that the average person would think does not exist, but is considered like government warfare. I don't know if this is actually gonna post. I don't know if I should post this. Yeah, there was a lot of money spent on ungrounding this feminine energy, regardless of your gender, but for the majority of you, this is actually like a woman, okay? For whatever reason, collective, you have been seen as a threat to the sanctity of these institutions that are baseless and barbaric. Because of that, they are doing everything they can to make you take yourself out if they can't take you out. The pressure is getting whatever. I always think they say the pressure is getting wetter, but that's not what they say. 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups. These people are fucking stressed, okay? Because here you are, all alone, protected by some of the deities, the demons, the whatever they called upon. You have both light and darkness that protect you and are keeping you in a little bubble from these groups, okay? You have gone on to be bold, beautiful, brave, and these losers are getting together. They're